Hey everyone, it's Andrew Warner, founder of mixergy.com, home of the ambitious upstart. And a little while ago, I told you about and showed you my financial statements, how much revenue we brought in, and so on. And now what I want to do is reveal to you how we got our grub stake, that initial bit of money that helped me and my brother start our company. And I'm going to tell it to you because Paul Graham's talking about, founder of Y Combinator, is talking about being relentlessly resourceful. That's the key to being a successful entrepreneur, being relentlessly resourceful. So I'm going to tell you how I got my funding. In college, I bought a whole bunch of clothes from J. Crew. I mean, that's the thing that I was wearing in college. That's what everyone wore back then. When I graduated from college and decided that I wanted to start my own company, I looked at the J. Crew return policy, which at the time allowed you to return clothes forever in the future, even if you've worn them before. So I actually called up the company. I called up J. Crew and I said, "Are you really telling me that I can buy clothes from you, wear them every day, and get my money back from you if I decide to return them?" And the woman on the other end of the phone said, "Sure." I said, "Look, I'm about to return everything that I've worn, my socks, my pants, my jackets, even my shoes if I've got them, and I've worn them, not just in college, but on the subway. Are you going to give me back my money for it?" And she goes, "Yeah, absolutely. That's our policy." So that's what I did. I boxed up all the clothes that I wore in college, you know, all those outfits that I thought would really get me laid in college and didn't exactly work. I boxed them up, I shipped them over to J. Crew, and within a couple of weeks, really fast, they sent me a check. And that's what my brother and I used to start our company. And it worked great. I think, and by the way, I checked out J. Crew's website and their return policy. They no longer offer lifetime returns. And that's the thing about entrepreneurial secrets. You can't exactly copy everything that I did any more than I can copy everything that you do. But maybe we can learn from each other. We can learn from the methods that we used and update them and use them based on the environment that we're in. And by the way, that's the other reason why whenever somebody tells me that it takes money to make money, I always feel a little bit sorry for them. Because in my head, I always think, you are not a real entrepreneur. If you can't even find the grub stake, if you can't even find that initial funding that's going to grow your business, if you don't have that kind of cleverness, that kind of resourcefulness, how are you going to survive in business? What are you going to do when a competitor comes up to you? Are you going to say, well, it takes money to beat a competitor? What are you going to do when the economy turns upside down? Are you going to say, well, it takes money to succeed and the economy just doesn't allow it? No, you got to be resourceful. As he's saying, I love that expression, be relentlessly resourceful. And I think that's the key to business, not having money. If you have that resourcefulness, if you have that cleverness, you're going to find the money wherever it is. And if you don't have that cleverness, no amount of money is really going to save you. So there it is. There's a revelation of how I got my grub stake, how I built up my business, how I got my initial funding. I'd love to hear from other people. I bet you other people are walking around with great stories about how they got their initial money and how they built up their business. I'd love to hear it and maybe even interview you here on Mixergy. All right. Talk to you soon.